Okay, so this is my first attempt at reviewing a bike. As a disclaimer, obviously clearly I haven't reviewed any other bikes, but I have been on a stump jumper. I've also been on a Canyon Spectral 29, and then my current bikes are an Evil Insurgent LB, so a full 27.5, and then also a full 27.5 slacker head hardtail, a Marin San Quentin 3. So I'm trying to do this just because it seems like full 27.5s are kind of going away, so I wanted to see what some 29ers felt like on top of the other ones. So far, and I knew this with the other two 29ers I rode, the rolling resistance is just so much less. You take off immediately. It's pretty insane. The climb up here, definitely less work than on my 27.5 on my Insurgent. So let's see what it's like going down a hill. So the stump jumper was very flickable, was my main takeaway from that bike. Yeah, I need to get used to this bike. I can't flick it like I can flick my Insurgent around, and I'm definitely carrying more speed. Yeah, but the stump jumper and the Spectral were definitely not set up for me, which kind of made them a little bit less fun. Yeah. Okay, so what did I mean that the Spectral 29er and the stump jumper weren't set up for me? The issue was there was not nearly enough air pressure in the fork or the suspension, and even if I did ramp up everything as much as I could, I was just traveling way too much through its travel. It was rough. I was just bottoming out everywhere. I couldn't get the poppiness that I like to ride with, and so I brought my shock pump today, and it has been a little bit more helpful. I'm definitely liking this more. I can feel the difficulty with leaning over. It's clear that this bike is not nearly as agile, but my god, it carries speed over bumps absurdly well. I mean, like, I'm drifting through this area really easily. Barely like using any effort. Those turns are difficult. It's almost like a challenge every time I ride this trail. I'm on Oriental Express, by the way. So my goal is to hit some jumpy trails, and then some of your more enduro-esque trails, kind of like this. You know, if I was near Tiger, that would probably be ideal, but it's also kind of early in the season. Definitely snow, but yeah. So compared to the stump jumper, this is way longer, slacker. Well, maybe not slacker, I guess, depending on whatever setting you're on, but the stump jumper was very flickable. Like, you could move that bike so easily. This bike's a little bit more difficult to do so. It's harder to lean over. Now, it's been a while since I've been on the stump jumper, and I'm a way better rider. So it's possible that I just didn't lean bikes as much at that point. But yeah, Spectral, I really want to like Canyon. I love Canyon as a brand. They look awesome. Their bikes are way more affordable since they're direct to consumer. But it's also hard to hate on Transition. Oh man, that caught me kind of oddly. But yeah, this is way faster. I understand why my one friend from Bellingham drops me most of the time. I mean, he's also just a better rider, but it's like sometimes I feel like he accelerates so quickly when we're going downhill. Oh. So as I'm learning more and more about this bike, I'm getting to lean it a little bit better, feel a little bit more comfortable with it. Still kind of difficult to lean compared to my Insurgent, which is unsurprising given the wheel size. But it's actually kind of funny how when you like think about so it's actually kind of funny how when you think about like all of the people that say, oh yeah, 27.5 is more agile, it's really very true. Like I can lean that bike so much more, I can change directions so much faster. But holy, this bike rolls so much faster. Yeah, I love that jump. This is my favorite unmapped trail on Galbraith. I also want to say there are TRP brakes on here. And I understand why people like them so much. These are definitely the best I've ever ridden. Usually I hit that jump and land on the shorter landing, but I'm not quite comfortable enough yet on this bike to send some of the big ones. One day. It's really not that bad, it's just kind of a sniper. Don't want to hit anything. Okay. So I was gonna do Evolution, but the problem with Evolution is there is maintenance currently. That's the biggest drop I've ever done. Yeah, that was pretty wet. Up top, I guess there was snow recently, and I'm assuming the top is a lot wetter. The other side of the mountain wasn't bad. But anyhow, back to the bike. I wanted to hit some jumps, so hopefully unemployment, hopefully unemployment line is open, even though I like evolution more, but essentially I want to see how this thing feels in the air a little bit more, get a better idea. I already know it gobbles up chunk like none other. Well, at least based on the bike I've been on. But yeah. Every time I've done Scorpion, I've always gone left here because it's been before Cougar Ridge, so this part's new to me. I don't know which way to go. Oh, little drop. A roll. That was awkward. Yeah, that's what happens when it's muddy as hell. Definitely one of the muddiest days I've been on the bike. It's really unfortunate. Leading up to today, it was absolutely beautiful every day. And then today, it's cold and rainy. It would have been nice to have a nicer day to try a new bike. Oh. That's a result of having the bike perfectly set up for me. All right, unemployment line. Trying to figure out the grip before I really send it. Oh shit. That was bad. Nope. Yeah, I'm just not vibing quite yet with this bike. It's also cold, my hands are cold. Oh man. Oh, forgot about that jump. wet. I'm just not feeling it right now. My hands are frozen. Oh. Thought I'd be weighted enough. Clearly not. Okay, Atomic Dog. I guess it's pretty fitting that it is sponsored by Transition. Didn't realize I was there. I absolutely don't know the trail. Sorry, elbow pads are falling down. But what are generally my thoughts so far? The fast bike rolls over things really well. I can understand why it's so popular. You know, an aggressive 29er with mid-travel, I believe it's 150 to 60. Can hit road trails just as well as it can hit chunk. Works out pretty well. Falling down again. My feet are soaked. It's turned into a much wetter day than expected. I was hoping that somehow in Bellingham it wasn't that bad. Yeah.